Hiya! First of all, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first ever YouTube video. My name is Zeynep Yetkin, and in today's video I will talk to you about why you are much more than just the grades you get. I just would like to start off by saying, if you are just getting into a exam season, good luck with your exams. I hope you get all of the grades you wanted, and yeah, just good luck in general. However, if you're on the other side of the scale, where if you're have done your exams and you gotten your grades back, but they don't look as you wanted them to look, and regardless of whatever case you're in, this video is for you. I am just going to talk about the pressure of academics because I think it's a really important topic to talk about before we get any further into this video. So I am going to talk about 3 types of academic pressures in this video. The first one is the societal pressure, the second one is a parental pressure, and the third and the bonus one is the pressure you put on yourself as a result of these 2. The social pressure is basically the pressure you experience as a result of the environment, basically your classmates, the people doing well in general. You know, there is a lot of different types of social pressures, but the one that it stands out to me is the one that you obviously the peer pressure, which is probably a subtopic underneath the social pressure. And the parental pressure obviously is the one that comes from the parents, and the pressure you put on yourself as a result is obviously also self-explanatory. So to start off with the social pressure, there are many ways of this happening. The one that stands out to me that I see a lot of people go through and I went through that I know of is this one specifically, which is, I don't know if you know, but depending on the country, there are ways of presenting the outcome of a certain test or an exam, and they have either an average being released or they rank you. Now, if you want my honest opinion, I think the average is good, because if you know what the class has gotten and you know your own grade, but you are the only one who knows your grade, obviously apart from your teachers, and you have the class average, then you can see where you're standing in terms of your academics, right? You know, oh, I got above average, I'm okay, I'm in a good place. You got below average, you can then go, oh, I need to study a bit more, or I might need to ask my teacher for some help. See, that I think is a really positive, I don't think that is a really bad pressure. I think that's a very positive pressure. That is, I think, a very okay way of motivating people. On the other hand, I hate this one, is ranking people based on their grades. This only happens in some countries, or if you're in a specific country but you go to a type of school, they might do this. So it depends on your circumstance, literally. But they get everybody's grades and they rank you and they hang it on a wall. So you are not the only one that knows your grade. Everybody else knows your grade. On the other hand, you know your friends' grades. And you might say, Zeynep, I don't see any problem with that. In that case, I respect your opinion. We can agree to disagree. I absolutely disagree with this one. Just because I don't think this is a very positive way of pressuring people. I don't think this provides people with the so-called growth mindset. I think the first one provides you with a growth feedback mindset. This one, I think it's just not the best way of going with this. My reasoning behind this is, if you're one of those people who are at the bottom of that list, you might feel so overwhelmed by the amount of people you need to suppress to be able to go to the top of that list, basically. Suppress isn't the right word for this, but you have a lot of obstacles or a lot of people to jump. I don't know how to put this exactly. I cannot think of the right word for this. But basically, there's a lot of people in front of you that you need to pass in order to get to the top of that list, isn't it? So it will feel so overwhelming. I'll give you a little example. See, you are this paper. If you're at the bottom of that list, you are this paper. And people keep piling stuff on you. People keep putting stuff on you. And these are other peers. These are your friends. They keep piling up. You will feel so tiny and so overwhelmed with the sheer amount of people in front of you that next time around, you're probably not even going to be motivated to study. Because you are already feel like, oh, there's not going to get any better, is it? I'm at the bottom. How How well can I do if I studied so hard for the next time? I can only maybe surpass 5 people. That will be your mindset, because that's what they're feeding to you by ranking you. That is my opinion. On the other hand, you might say, Zeynep, but what about the people on the top of that list? Shouldn't they be fine because they're already on top? No. Because actually, they will also feel a pressure. Different type of pressure than the ones at the bottom of that list. They will feel so overwhelmed in a different way, which is trying to keep their place. Because they're not, obviously they're already on the top of that list. They don't have to get any, like, how do I put this? There is no other person that they need to pass in order to be the top, because they're already at the top. But then, one time, they might be going through something really bad. They might have lost someone, they might be emotionally feeling bad, there might be physical, they might not be physically well at the time. And all of a sudden they go to the bottom of that list. There is 25 people, say, in your class, you are the 20th or that you are the 25th. That top girl, say, or the top boy, the one that is first all the time, goes all of a sudden 25th. Can you imagine the sheer amount of pressure that they would feel just because, like, I don't even want to imagine that feeling, because you're all of a sudden at the top, you're all of a sudden at the bottom. That is, emotionally, that would be very crashing. And for that reason, ranking is an absolutely worst thing I think a school can do for its students, in my opinion. But then again, it is my opinion. So obviously in both cases you will feel some sort of a pressure, and this is the social pressure. However, on the other hand, you might say, Zeynep, but like, what about, like, if we don't rank them, like, what about giving people great, like, awards and stuff when they get good grades? I am all about giving people awards when they achieve high, because that is a growth mindset. You're awarding them for their hard work. I agree with that. That in that case you can rank people. If you only release top 3, it's okay. Don't necessarily release their grades. Just say they got the top 3 highest results, we are giving them this award. That will motivate other people to do better. That is a very positive mindset. I agree with that. I think they deserve something after studying so hard. But on the other hand, there is no reason for taking those people who are already achieving low academically further down by ranking them, by humiliating them in front of people. I don't agree with that, basically. That is what I wanted to say about social pressure. If you have that list, and if you are one of the people on that list, whether you're top and you got bad that one time, I just want to say, it's okay. I understand you. I personally don't think, my opinion and others' opinions shouldn't matter to you, but I want to reassure you, and this is the purpose of this video, and to comfort you, it's okay. You are still an A-star student, or whatever you are usually achieving. You are that student. Just one time because you got a D, you got an F, you got a C, you failed, whatever it is. If you get an F, you failed, don't you? So, anyway, whatever you got, you are not that. Whatever you usually get is what you are. So don't judge yourself just because just one time you didn't feel bad, something went wrong, you got a bad grade. It's okay. Do you think the people who are, like, say you have a really high achieving person in your life, do you think they've never fallen? They've fell probably many times. That's how they're achieving really high right now. They must have gone through something. Okay? It's okay to fall in the journey. That's what I wanted to say to you. You are clever. You are absolutely working hard. It's okay to fail once or twice. It is okay to fail. You will learn from it. You are not what you get that one time. That's my word for the top student. On the other hand, you're aspiring to be a top student, but you are currently receiving bad grades. You're not showing your full potential yet. It's okay. Don't focus on being on the bottom of that list. Don't focus on being the top on that list. That shouldn't be your focus. If you're the 25th on that list, if that list that goddamn list exists in your environment, there is no way you can ignore it when that exists. So if it exists, don't focus on the fact that you are the bottom on the food chain. Focus on the fact that next time you don't want to focus on being the first. Next time, focus on being the 20th. If you are the 25th, focus on being the 20th. Slowly but surely, you will be able to go to the top. If that is what it is, if that's what exists in your environment. Because if you focus on being the first, and if you're somebody who gets overwhelmed easily, that's just gonna give you extra pressure, okay? There's no need for that, because if you too much pressure will forbid your functioning, forbid you from properly functioning, okay? There should be right amount of pressure, not too much pressure, not certain type of pressure. Certain type of pressures you shouldn't even experience it. And this is one of the certain type of pressures that you should definitely not experience. That ranking list, that you should definitely not, you definitely should not even experience, I think. But anyway, that's my idea on the social pressure, and that's my advice to you. On the other hand, the parental pressure, this is going to be really tiny and little from me, but I am not somebody who has first-hand experience with parental pressure. I have second experience by seeing it from my friends. The one thing that I want to remind you, because I don't think I'm qualified enough to say anything on the parental pressure side to you, is understand where they are coming from. Your parents are probably from a different generation, and they know that studying, that being able to receive education in any shape or form is a privilege. Especially if you're a woman, it's even bigger of a privilege. But even nowadays, it is a privilege to be able to study, because not everybody in the earth has either the sufficient resources or the right environment to be able to do so. Okay? Because of that reason, it is extremely, it is engraved in, especially in the Asian parents' minds, it's engraved in there that this is a privilege, and they're very aware of it. So they don't want you to waste it, basically. That is one of the reasons why Asian culture is big on academic pressure. On the other hand, in their mind, because of the generation they lived in, they equate a good academics, good grades, with a good job, thus consecutively in their minds equates to a high earning job. Now, you and me, this generation, we know that is not true. But they don't know that. Even if they have heard about that, they are probably not registering that, because what they've experienced, what they have experienced is what was their reality. And it still is, because that's what they've experienced. Now, as human nature, we believe in what we have experienced, not necessarily what we hear without evidence. You see what I mean? So even if they receive the evidence, they might have a hard time believing in it. Because of that reason, you will experience that parental pressure until you get your job, and then after that you might experience different pressure depending on your society. That would be a separate video, so we shall pass on that one. But when it comes to parental pressure, my biggest advice, acknowledge your parents. You will know the right thing to do in your case. My only advice is acknowledge their feeling, but you know what you are going through too. But they are not wrong either. If what they went through, they are right. They are right. But as I said, our circumstances are different. Your parents are different than mine. You are living in a probably different country than me. I lived in 3 different countries. My experience is different than yours. There's a lot of factors in this. Too many variables. I wouldn't know your exact scenario, but this is my generic advice. You will know what applies to you and what doesn't. That is that. And lastly, the personal pressure that we give ourselves as a result of all of this. I actually mentioned this inside the societal and parental pressure a little bit, but the pressure that you give yourself, be a little bit nice to you. And if possible, be a lot nice to you, because... Sorry. Okay. Because the world we live in nowadays is really hard, okay? The world we live in is very busy. It's always demanding something from people. There's too much stress going on around in the world anyway. If you are not nice to yourself, who is gonna be nice to you? Be nice to yourself. Admit whatever went wrong, admit it. You got whatever grade you got. Sit down, come to terms with yourself. Go, look, say I am coming to terms with myself, right? Zainab, you didn't get the grade you wanted to get. This is not the grade that you were meant to get. The goals you have, the dreams you got, you need to be achieving higher than this. What went wrong, girlie? Is it your study technique? Is that what went wrong? Next time, let's try something else. This will be try and error too, okay? Sometimes you will try, you might persist with bad grades a few times, and then at the end you will get a high... Because the way you get your grades, obviously, your studying techniques matter, you see what I mean? So it's a bit of a try and error. So don't give yourself, the two things is, don't be bad to yourself, okay? Come to terms with yourself. Don't get angry at yourself. If you're gonna get upset, feel your feelings. Get upset, get angry to yourself, whatever it is that you feel like you are gonna have to feel with yourself. Feel that thing, and then sit down and think, okay, Zainab, I forgive you for this, but for future Zainab, we need to do this, this, and this in this way. Just come to terms. The second thing is, just when you're setting your goal for the next exams, set a tangible goal. If you gotten a C this time, try getting a grade above C. Try getting a B. Or say, like, even at most, say A. You know your capabilities, okay? You know, because your capabilities and the given time you have, the duration you have. If you have a year and you have gotten an E the first time, next year you might aim for an A. That is a tangible goal, okay? Like, whatever, 6 months, however long you think you need, however long you have, keep those in mind and set a tangible goal. Because if you don't set a tangible goal, you are just keep on disappointing yourself. You see my point? Like, if you set a tangible goal and you reach it, you'll feel better, which will motivate you to do even better next time around. That's my advice on that one. Now, next thing I'm going to talk to you about is, the next section of this video is beyond academics. You are not just about your grades. This is the main chunk of this video. You are somebody's family. You are somebody's daughter. You are somebody's son. You might be somebody's aunt. You might be somebody's uncle. You can be an uncle or an aunt in a young age too, because life works in mysterious ways. You are somebody's friend, okay? And you are a human. You have feelings and you mean stuff to people. And like this, if you are fortunate enough to have good parents and fortunate enough to have parents, you will just remember this. They have a daughter and a son, and believe me, at the end of the day, if you're in an Asian culture, this might be hard to believe on occasion, but at the end of the day, they care that you're alive. They care that you're well. They just care that you're there. At the end of the day, that goddamn E in a few years' time is not gonna matter to them. For now, it might sound like a big deal, especially, as I said, if you're in Asian culture, but in a few years, the only thing that actually matters to them is that you are well. Okay? Keep that in mind. You are well, you're alive, you're well, you're healthy. That's the only thing a parent would want from a child. Usually. I hope that it applies to you. That is usually the case. So that is that. You have friends, okay? And you will mean a lot to them. I have friends, they mean the world to me. I don't even know if they know that. They mean so much to me. I see them, they make me smile so much. I'm just so happy. They're so worth it for me. And I don't care about the grades they've gotten. I only care about their grades on one condition, which is, if they have a goal and they need to get a specific grade, I always check with them, girl, what grade did you get? Did you get what you needed to get? If they didn't get what they wanted to get, I will support them to get it next time around. Because that's what a true friend does. Instead of comparing yourself to your friend and saying, oh yeah, I got the best grade, ha ha ha. That is not a good friend. You ask them, you say, oh, that was actually hard, but I get it. But also, hiding your grade from your friend, you will know what to do with your friend. I'm not the one to give you advice about how you should treat your friend, but everybody, like, your relationship is different. Every relationship is different, but I'm a type of person that I won't hide my grade because they will be happy for me, and I know that. And hiding my grade for me means that I am already comparing myself to them. You see what I mean? If I get a bad grade, I might want to hide it. That is a different case. But if you get a good grade, you feel like hiding it. I think you will understand what I mean, basically. But that's just how I feel about it. I feel more comfortable telling them so that we have a more of a healthy relationship. Because if I hide my success just because they feel better, I think there's something wrong with that too. Like, obviously don't brag about your success, but like, telling them that, they will be happy for you because they're your friends. And they will support you if it's bad too. That's my friends. We have a really healthy friendship with my friendship group, and I love them all so much, and they're great. So we are like this, basically. Other than that, you have your talents, okay? You might be particularly not that great in academics right now, but you might be an amazing football player. And say your goal is to become a football player in life. Do you think the grade you are getting is gonna matter? I have absolutely no idea how football works whatsoever, apart from the fact that you need to get the ball into the thingy that I cannot remember its name in English right now. Other than that, I got absolutely no idea about football, or if you're in America, soccer. However, I don't think at any point in the football player's life, after he becomes a football player, anybody's gonna go like, what did you get in maths? That is not gonna happen. But that doesn't mean that your maths grades till you get there isn't important. Your maths grades till you become a really important football player is important. So you get your maths grade and excel at football too. That is my advice. Say you're a ballerina, okay? Nobody's gonna come to you and ask, what did you get in English? Because you're a ballerina. What the heck does that have to do with English? Okay? You need to be good at dancing, like that you need to be good at doing ballet. That is the main point of that. Like nobody's gonna come to you and go, after you become a really beautiful and extremely talented ballerina, nobody's gonna come to you and go, yeah, you got a C in English, oh, you failed English. Really? Like, what does that have to do with that? Keep that in mind. You are your talent. You are the people you're with. You are not the grade or a goddamn letter on a piece of paper that is not gonna matter in a few years' time, or maybe even less of a duration than that. So keep that in mind. Other than that, you might be somebody who loves that. I cannot speak. Oh my god. When I get too excited, my words tend to juggle. I don't know. Things happen. You might be somebody who really likes helping people. You might have helped a lot of people. Like, that is much more than any grade you will get in life. Like, if you're helping people, well done you, you're a golden person. Well done you, you're a golden person. Like, I think that is worth more than any grade you can get. You see what I mean? If you saved someone, if you helped a nice lady cross the road, I don't know, if you saved a stray cat, if you're feeding animals, I don't know, if you're helping somebody in need, you're well done you. Oh my god, I'm excited. There we go. Well done you. That's what matters. Your value as a human are these things. It's the people you're with. It's your talents that are your values. It's your volunteering that is your values. It's your passions that are your values. And we get into the passions. Your passions are your values. The things you like to do, they are your values. These are the things that make you a human, not one goddamn piece of letter or a number on a one piece of paper. Yes. that was good. I don't know. I like the beat on that one. That's that. And another thing that like decides and determines your value is your skills. Can you do empathy? Are you a good leader? Are you a good team player? These things matter more than your grades. Because I actually have a person who is like a sister to me, obviously not blood related, but she's like way more older than I am, and she's obviously she has work experience, she has worked for many years, she finished multiple universities, you know, she's very well-rounded person, like she's an amazing person basically. Just quickly bragging about people I love. But anyway, she gave me one of the biggest life advices I ever heard. She said, Zainab, at the end of the day, what you graduate uni with isn't gonna matter. As long as you graduate uni, it's not gonna matter. It might matter the first time around you apply for a job, but other than that, it's all about the other employment past you have. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, say you're fresh out of uni, you have no work experience whatsoever, and basically what I mean by work experience, you don't have any proper work experience. Say I'm a lawyer, I haven't worked as a lawyer, I'm fresh out of uni. What I graduated uni with my law degree, whether I get honors or whatever, doesn't matter. It will matter the first time around I'm trying to get a job. It will matter that one time. But other than that, whatever job I get afterwards, they will always look at my past employee most of the time. That is going to be what matters the most, and what your employer has to say about you. Okay? That's that. That is going to be what matters the most. And because of that is such a freeing thing to think. So do you think your one grade in high school, back in high school, is going to matter when you're trying to apply for a job years later? No. Everything in life usually are applied to the next step ahead of you. The grade you will get now is important for the grade you're going to get next. The grade you get at the end of the middle school is important for the whatever high school you're gonna go, and whatever high school you're gonna go is important for whatever uni you wanna go. They are connected like this. You will always have a second or third or whatever chance, but just because you have many chances doesn't mean you shouldn't do your best. You should do your best regardless of how many chances the life throws at you or how many chances you have, because the chances you have are not guaranteed either. Okay? You should not take anything for granted. You cannot take those for granted. Do your best. If it doesn't work out, it's fine because you did your best. And you are allowed to have bad days. You're allowed to have bad grades. That is basically the thing. And her advice was really freeing to me because she said, Zeynep, just do your best. At the end of the day, it's not gonna matter. A time will come, it won't matter. That is what I want to remind you. And your value as a human are separate from your grades. I told you what determines your value as a human. Your passions, the people around you, your skills, your volunteering, you're helping people. Those are actually the things that matter at the end of the day. Because those are what makes you human. The people you are with is what makes you human. If you have no human interaction, so like, what are you exactly? Like, you see what I mean? Anyway, lastly, not lastly actually, the one before last but not least, basically, redefining success is my section next, which is success isn't one size fits all. Success can come to you at different ages. Success can come to you in different forms. Not everything is defined by academic success. Not success of your entire life is definitely not defined by academic success. I know people that have graduated from the best universities in the world, right? I know, like top university, ranked university. They are miserable. They are miserable. Do you hear me out on this? If you tell me, if you are getting A stars all the time and you are miserable all the time, is that life worth it? No, it isn't. I don't know about you. I respect your opinion, but in my case, it's not. If I'm getting A stars all the time and I'm miserable all the time, what life is that? I want to go out, I want to have fun with my friends. If I'm going to get B for having fun with my friends, so it be. Because if I am living, this is my first life, and if it's my one and only life, there is no reason why you should be putting that much value into academics. I'm telling you, they are important. They are important, it is important, but it should never, ever, ever, ever be that important that it makes you miserable. It makes your life feel like my only purpose is academics. No! No, it's not like that. Your only purpose isn't academics. Okay? And once again, success isn't one size fits all. Because, say, as I said, I gave you the football example, I gave you dancing as an example, I give you ballerina as an example. All of those things, your academics are not gonna matter. If you're an influencer, do you think their grades matter? Do you ask an influencer what their grades are? Do you go out there and ask them if you want to be a singer? At the end of the day, only thing that matters is here. Oh my god. Like, you want to be a painter, you want to be absolutely beautiful painter. This matters, your skills matter. What about if you want to be a poet? What matters then? Well, I mean, at that case, or English, would I guess matter? Well, I mean, English wouldn't matter. Depends on what language you want to write in. Actually, poet might not have been the best. In that case, your academics might matter a bit. But yeah, they do matter. It's not that they don't matter at all, obviously. But there will always be a time where they don't matter at all. They will always matter a little bit. They will matter a lot in certain stages of your life. But at the end, at the very, very end, as long as you just pass uni, as long as you graduate, it's about that, okay? But do your best. If your best can get you an A star, do it. Why not? If you can get it, get it. But if you couldn't get it that one time, don't pressure yourself. That's that. And my favorite bit is my conclusion, because it is quite flashy conclusion, which is, I already said this 100 times throughout this video because I love this. I love saying this. I think it's quite empowering. You are not just a number on a paper. You are not this, okay? Oh, this is even a better example, is it? You are not just this. You can't be that. You cannot ever be just one paper. Does this paper tell us, apart from the numbers, actually, let's even be more let me be even more prepared for this. Okay, I'm ready. I am grade A plus, which I am pretty sure you actually can't see it right now. It's okay. Just believe me. It says A plus on this. I am an A plus student, but my personality sucks, and you wouldn't know that, would you? If this is me and this is my value, I'm a plus student, but I am so bad as a human. I disrespect my teachers all the time. I don't respect anyone. What do you think my value as a human is A plus? No, my value as an A person is not A plus. My value as a human is very down below. Yeah, if I don't respect other people, if I don't, it's just how bad of a person am I if I can't even respect people, others' opinions? If I judge people, if I just hate on people, and my grades are A, so what? So what? Like, would you want that person as a friend? No, but they're getting A stars. Yeah, but so what? Think about your parents. Do you think they would want a child who doesn't know how to respect people, who hates on people all the time, who is always pessimistic, she's always getting A star? That's not a child they would want. They won't want that. Nobody would want that. On the other hand, grade C. I'm a grade C student, but I am a lovely human. I respect all of my teachers. I always thank them even though I'm a grade C student. I'm always trying to learn more. I'm always trying to understand more. Who do you think your teachers are going to prefer? And say I'm a really good team player. I'm trying to do my best all the time. I'm trying to take back and work on feedback. I help a lot of people. I can assure you they will always prepare the other students. Because you are not just your grades. That is my conclusion. And that is my video. That is my first ever video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you did very much like who I am and like my personality and like the content of this video, I will be posting more videos like this, and I will record more videos on self-development, self-growth, and that's basically what this channel is going to be a bit about. And I will probably record a separate video on what the channel is going to be about anyway. So yeah, so if you like hearing from me, and if you like the way I have said the things I've said, please do subscribe to my channel and leave a comment down below, because I would be actually pretty happy to read your feedback and your opinions on this. And once again, good luck with your life, good luck with your exams. You are much more than your exams, you are much more than your grades, you are much more than your whatever numbers you get. You are a human and you have feelings, and I wish you a very, very, very well and amazing and a fun day ahead. Thank you for listening.